Hey, what it do, sports world? It's me again. The Winner Circle podcast with me, Ray Diggs, is here, y'all. Where passion meets performance and champions are made. I'm your host, Ray Diggs, bringing you the energy, the insight, and the mindset from across the world of sports. From the locker rooms to the big stage, this is where the real ones talk and legends rise, and the motto stays the same. Winners will always win. The Winner Circle podcast with me, Ray Diggs. We are here and we ain't going nowhere. Make sure y'all tune in because we're about to go live now. Peace. Hey, what it do, sports world? Welcome to the Winner Circle podcast. And listen, I want to talk about the high school football in the state of Arkansas. Now, I've been seeing my boys, man. Shout out to Seahawks Sports, man. I've been seeing them going on about high school football in Arkansas in the recruiting. And why isn't some of these top players getting the offers that they deserve? Now, this is what I'm gonna say. It ain't nothing new. This is nothing new, honestly. The one thing I can tell you about Arkansas high school football is this. If it's something that can be messed up, then they're going to find a way to do it. It's just the bottom line. It's so many good athletes in the state of Arkansas. Like I said, you can go all the way back to DeAngelo Williams. Why did DeAngelo Williams go? Why didn't DeAngelo Williams, the running back from Wynn, go to Arkansas? He went to Memphis. Why? The only time Arkansas honestly get good players is when they just pick Arkansas. Give me a second. Yep, the only time that players go to Arkansas is honestly if they just fall into their hands, like the Darren McFadden, the Jerry is right, the Greg Childs. You got the players that comes from Warren, like AJ Jordan, Traylon Burks. These players just fall into Arkansas hands, man. It ain't like they going out there to just recruit them. I'm saying you don't see Arkansas coach coming to games, flying in a helicopter, on a Warren night where they come out here and recruit these kids. Because you want to know why? Because they want to go to Arkansas so bad that they don't have to. So they overlook players like Kane. Think about Kane Archer. Think about what this dude been doing his whole high school career. And they don't even go out there. They can't even get him. And he right there close to them. So that tells you that Arkansas, and people always ask me, I'm in the military. So people always ask me, man, how many games Arkansas is going to win? Listen, man, I tell them the God honest truth. I like Arkansas. I'm a big Arkansas fan. But at the end of the day, 5 games max. Because they don't know how to recruit. They can't even keep their hometown recruit. Their homegrown recruit. They can't even do that. We was talking about Blaze Fellows, the wide receiver from Warren, the other night. Just looking back at his stats. When you look at a player's stats, that's all you got to go by. 6'3", about 160 pounds, 170 pounds. Will run like a deer. Can catch every ball you throw up there. I'm talking about he was a menace for every defense that he faced this season. 1,900 receiver yards, 25 touchdowns. That's a wide receiver. On a team where you still had other receivers that still got their numbers. Why Arkansas not down there beating down his door trying to get him to come to Fayetteville? Because at the end of the day, you're going from Memphis offense to Arkansas. Memphis head coach is bringing the same spread offense to Arkansas. So why not go out there and get a 6'3" wide receiver that can run, jump, and pretty much got every route in his route tree? But it makes sense. Think about it. Antonio Jordan pretty much didn't even really play this season. And he probably was their best and most gifted wide receiver that they had on the whole damn team, to be real with you. When I watch Arkansas play, all I see, Arkansas lost about 3 games this season with wide receivers or running backs fumbled in the last 2 or 3 minutes of a game to win the game. It was a game-winning drive, and they fumbled the football, and that's how they lost the game. But Arkansas homegrown talent has been overlooked for years. Why you think Crutchfield from Pine Bluff? He came back to Arkansas, but he went to Missouri to start off. Arkansas has always been one of those states that really do not recruit good. You would think Arkansas Razorbacks would clean up when it comes down to their homegrown talent. Every past homegrown talent that they would clean up. Coming down here to Southeast Arkansas, going down there to Southeast Arkansas, a lot of talent down there. Here they lost Nykel Lewis, the running back from Hamburg. Why couldn't they go down there and get him? One of these Arkansas schools, they let him get away and go to Austin Peay. Think about that. One of the best running backs in the state going to Austin Peay because they don't know how to recruit. They don't know what to do. They're sitting around on their hands. They're sitting around hoping that players just come to them instead of getting their ass in that car and going on a 5-hour drive and say, you know what, we're going down there to Hamburg and watch Hamburg versus Warren Friday night. And we're going to see, because at the end of the day, you go down there, you're going to see a bunch of talent. You go down there to Fordyce, you're going to see a bunch of talent here. Fordyce got some of the best defensive players that you can possibly get. But you want to know why they probably don't recruit them? Is because they probably thinking themselves they're undersized. Hey, they said the same thing about Khalil Mack. They said he was undersized. Now he's on his way to the Hall of Fame. I mean, you see what I'm saying? You put some of these players in a weight room, in a proper weight room, and let them get the proper nutrition, the proper eating portions. Man, them boys going to get bigger. They're going to get faster, and they're going to become impact players on the field. It's proven facts. But Arkansas don't know how to do that because they too lazy. They don't want to come up out of. They want to go up there to let's just go up here to the northern part. They don't come down there to the southern part of Arkansas when they can go down and clean up where they got players down there that want to come to Arkansas. Hell, they barely go down there to Little Rock. Think about all the players that came from Little Rock Park Group. Let's talk about Little Rock Park Group. How many of those players that went to, besides Cameron Settles, and they pretty much put him on the bench last season? Hell, he probably could have got out there and helped them win some games, to be honest with you. Montario Elston, the other kid, Omarion Robinson. Both of them went out of state. These are some of the top players in the state of Arkansas last season. Guess what? They went out of state because Arkansas don't know how to recruit. They never known how to recruit. You can give them a 5-star prospect, and if that player right there, I bet you any kind of money, Alabama, Florida, Florida State, Oklahoma, Ohio State, LSU, they'll steal that player from them because they don't know how to recruit. They call them 1 week and probably won't hear from another for another 3-4 weeks, maybe a month, 2 months. While you got Nick Saban on the phone every single day trying to get him come down there to Tuscaloosa. You got Kirby Smart want to get him to come down there to Athens. You got Ryan Day want to get him to come up there to Ohio State. That's the problem right there. See, these coaches right here knows how to recruit. Arkansas just all they know how to do, and plus Arkansas don't have a lot of money. It's not about NIL. Well, if it is about NIL, Arkansas ain't gonna get you anyway because they ain't gonna give you no money. Think about that. That is, you got LSU got so many different colleges. I mean, in Louisiana, Florida, Texas. Arkansas really is in competition with basically Arkansas. Honestly, I think players would rather go to Arkansas State, to be honest, than going to Arkansas. I think that Arkansas State do a better job at recruiting than Arkansas do, than Fayetteville. UCA probably do a better job at recruiting than Arkansas, than Fayetteville. I just think that coaches are lazy. I think they don't want to get off their couches. They remind me of Coach Prime. They want you to come to them. I was telling somebody today, man, if you're going to say that, how did they get Darren McFadden? I said, listen, man, Darren McFadden was a 501 boy. He from Little Rock. He wanted to go there. He wanted to go to Arkansas. It ain't like that they went out their way to go out there and get him. He wanted to come to them. Because it was other schools that was probably recruiting him way harder than Arkansas was. Probably could have offered him way more than Arkansas offered him. him going there was a perfect decision. But I think that at that time, you had Houston Nutt and all these other coaches. They was good coaches. They was actually getting out there and they was going out there to recruit these kids. But now these kids ain't getting recruited. Think about it. You got players that got 2,000 receiving yards or 1,800 rushing yards with no offers, with no scholarship offers. Think about that. All you got to do, can a player play, right? Turn on the film. What you see on film. When you're looking at a running back, can this running back do this, this, and this? When you look at a quarterback, can this quarterback make this throw, and this throw? When you look at a wide receiver, what is his route? What is his route tree? Can he do this, this, and this? When you look at a lineman, how the way he's built, can he run block? Can he pass? Defensive ends, same thing. Do he got a motor? All you need is a motor. And that's right there what I love about those Fordyce. Them Fordyce defensive ends, they got motors, meaning that they're gonna rush you the whole game, a whole 4 quarters. They're gonna put pressure on your quarterback for 4 quarters. That's all you looking. That's what you're looking for. Because if a player got work ethic and a player got heart, that's all you need to work. That's all you need to start with. If they got heart and work ethic, those are 2 of the most important things that you need to be a football player. And they're coachable. Man, you almost made me throw my glass like Mr. Tenderoni. That's all you really need. Same thing with a linebacker. Can you run the defense? Can you do you know how to get the rest of the defense in position? As a safety, as a cornerback, can you play man to man? Okay, can I put you over there on the zone? Can I put you over there on an island by yourself and you can shut down another cornerback's another wide receiver, the other team's wide receiver's their best player? Can you do this? As a safety, can you read plays? Can you make tackles? That's all you need to do is build. You have to have Fordyce defensive ends. Hey, that's what I'm talking about. Fordyce defensive ends. Bro, all you need for them, basically, these right here, is that they're coachable, they got high motors, and they're gonna put pressure on the other team's quarterback for 4 quarters. They gonna put 4 quarters. I watched it a whole season. These dudes right here, when I say they're gonna put pressure on your quarterback, they're gonna put pressure on your quarterback for 4 quarters. 4 quarters. And you telling me that y'all, bruh, listen, as a coach, I would be camped out down there at Fordyce. I would have one of my assistants camped out down there at Fordyce, because Fordyce got a bunch of talent, but it also a bunch of talent in that area. I will have my coaches, they'll be visiting Fordyce at least twice, 3 times a month. We coming down there, we need them. We need both of them defensive ends. We need them. But these coaches don't want to, they don't recruit though. They don't want to come down there to that deep south. That's why they're losing so much of their talent to these other colleges. And all these players is asking for is an opportunity. Just like the kid that went to I think he went to Arkansas Baptist, Washington Baptist, the kid from Warren that just transferred to Arkansas. Guess what? Arkansas been watching. Yeah, he been doing the same thing he did this year. He been doing that right there the whole time when he was at Warren. The whole time he was at Warren, he was doing the same thing. Why didn't they see him then? They had to wait for him to go somewhere else for him to shine and then go to Arkansas. Bro, this dude been doing the same thing for the last 3 years in high school. The problem is you wasn't going down there to watch him. You wasn't going down there. Y'all don't watch films. Y'all don't turn on the film. He's had Fordyce defensive end, Vincent Stroud, right? Listen, I started watching this kid last year. I watched him for a whole season. The kid can play. Bottom line, he can play. When I watch this dude play, he's a game wrecker. He wrecks games. I said, man, listen, man, what type of scholarship offer you got, man? I don't really have none. Yeah, what? Nobody including you. That tells you everything you need to know right there. They don't know how to recruit. They don't know how to do some of these schools in Arkansas don't know how to just look at a player on film and say, I can work with that. I can work because he's coachable. He got a high motor, and then he gonna come to work. He gonna come to work. He gonna come and he's gonna work. So with Vincent Stroud, honestly, I feel like you can build a perfect defensive end, a perfect defensive end, or you can possibly move him to linebacker because he's a size, very fit, very stout. He's very physical, getting to the ball. Man, you're gonna tell me you can't build on that? You gonna tell me that you can't do nothing with that? And that's right there why we continue to be behind as Arkansas and Arkansas athletics. Arkansas athletics. Think about it. You said that Montario Elston. I was watching him. I remember when I went to the game when he was in the 10th grade. I said that dude right there can play. I said that dude that can play right there. They was like, my friend Rosie, she was like, yeah, he's only in the 10th grade. I said, 10th grade? For the next 2 years, I watch him play. I said, man, Arkansas cannot let this dude get out of Arkansas. They gotta go out there and camp outside of Little Rock Parkview, and they gotta get him. They gotta get Cameron settled, and they gotta get Amarion Robinson. They gotta get all 3 of them. We can bring y'all on a package deal. They lost him to Kansas State. They probably say he was too small. They probably say, and all of these running backs, if you go look at these schools now, they all going to these running backs, these small running backs. Because first of all, they hard to tackle. That's 1. And 2, they're physical. And 3, they can catch. I mean, what you need? That's all you need when a running back. I can bring him out of the backfield, and I can have him right here in the slot. I can put him right here in the slot. I can bring him in on a jet sweep. I can do so many different things with him. He said that. So the defense men I'm talking about number 23. I think I forgot the other number is. But listen, when I'll tell you what you do. Go back to their playoff run and watch their defensive ends. Most games, they dominated the whole game. And I'm gonna tell you, when you watch them, you also got to think about this right here as well. And also, I agree with you. Their running back, he's legit. Their running back is legit. They got a wide receiver that's legit as well. But their defensive line put so much pressure. That really was make their secondary look even better. Hey, exactly. Exactly. Hey, what he say? That's the same thing I said when I was watching Fordyce. I said, man, some of these players that's in the stand should be on the field. Hey, I definitely agree with everything you're saying. Fordyce, they have a lot of talent down there, but a lot of those schools got a lot of talent down there. You got, you might go, DeWitt got a nice little amount of talent down there. You got Monticello got some good talent down there. Hamburg, Crossy got a few players down there that can play football. You know, a lot of these teams down there got good talent down there in Southeast Arkansas. Then when you go up, Pine Bluff got a nice amount. Little Rock got they got a lot of talent up there in Little Rock. Conway, they got a plethora of talent. And as you continue to go up, a lot of those good receivers from even like Greenwood that don't have offers. And you be like, what? Like, you telling me that this dude can't play in college? Hey, and I agree. Listen. Paul Reese. That's exactly what I've been talking about. Warren got probably one of the best wide receivers in the state with no offers. I'm trying to figure that out. How does that work? If you can play, you can play. Like I said, I watched this kid play. I watched him play all season. I watched defensive coordinator after defensive coordinator try to throw everything at him, and they still couldn't stop him. They still couldn't stop him. The same cornerback that he just went up against Darnell. Darnell's cornerback that he went up against, and he pretty much dominated for 4 quarters, just got a scholarship off. So you're going to tell me that he can't play, but he can play. I told you, Arkansas don't know how to recruit. They never knew how to recruit. They've always allowed their. Now watch and see. Now what's going to happen? Somebody going to, because all it takes is for one coach to believe in you. All it takes is for one person, one college, one school to believe in you. And then when you go out there and you do good, just like the last kid from Warren, then Arkansas gonna flop there and they're gonna be like, yeah, you know, we knew you can play. Well, why y'all didn't offer me no scholarship then? And this right here, what I'm gonna say, the price just went up. That's what Blaze Fellows should tell them. When they come to get me after I go to my first college and I do what I do, the price just went up. It just went up. Yesterday price ain't today's price. And that's right there what you have to tell these schools. Because you had a chance. All you takes for one person to believe in you. The fans definitely believe in Blaze Fellows. The fans definitely, because I've been saying nothing, but everybody been sitting here saying, man, why Blaze ain't got no, why Blaze Fellows don't have no offers. I can say the same thing about my little homeboy, my homeboy son down here in Crossett. He's a basketball player. I'm talking about balling. I don't even know if he got any scholarship offers. And if you just go and watch him, you can tell, like, yeah, I can build with this right here. I can work with this right here. He can shoot. He can do this. He can do that. I can work with that. So what's the problem? Why is it that these kids is not getting the scholarship, getting the offers like that I feel like they should get? Or y'all, what? Maybe they want to go out here and get a out of state receiver. Maybe they don't see Blaze Fellows as being a asset at the next level. Listen, you got a 6'3" wide receiver that can run a 4.4, 4.5, that can run every route in the he got every route in his route tree. He can catch every ball, big hand. I'm trying to figure out what you watching. I mean, that's enough to build on right there. You just need to get him in, get some size on him, you know, and then when he starts taking football serious, because he's an athlete. The kid is an athlete. Hell, I just seen him a few weeks ago dunking on somebody. Hell, I think he might be Warren best player on their basketball team. So you telling me he can play football and he play basketball and he good in basketball? But let Arkansas tell it, we'll pass on him. Those are the players that Arkansas pass on. But they'll go out there and they'll get one of the worst players at one of the schools, out of state school, bring him there and be like, yeah, this right here is what we looking for. Arkansas go look for the worst players, bro. So it don't surprise me. It's the reason why we lost. We started off 2-0 2-0 and we lost 10 straight games. I mean, that's what happens. One thing I can say, Arkansas, if we're gonna find something to go wrong, we're gonna make sure that it happens. It's gonna go wrong. Because we continue to overlook our homegrown talent. That's why. But hey, man, y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Thank y'all again for listening to another great segment of the Winner Circle podcast. I'm just passionate about Arkansas high school football. I feel like that they're under recruited. I feel like the recruits do not come down there to the South, and they letting this talent get away. They're letting this talent get away, and then they want to swing the block. You know how you say you want to swing the block and come back around. Yeah, Coach G said they out here recruiting players on the bench. See, they recruiting bench players, man. That's what Arkansas do. Hey, like I said, one thing about Arkansas is this. They're going to go find the worst player on somebody's bench, on an out-of-state bench, and they're going to bring him. They're going to say that's a 5-star recruit. That dude was a 1-star recruit. And bring him to Arkansas. Guess what? He done fumbled. He fumbling. And then next thing you know, he ain't even there no more. Man, that's one thing about Arkansas, man. And they don't understand playing in the SEC. You have to have players. You have to have players. And I can't say Arkansas. Montreal Esner said that Arkansas is on the mount with basketball, for as football, it's about exposure. And Arkansas top talent not measuring up with surrounding states. I disagree with that. I disagree. Arkansas definitely got some very talented players in their state. To be honest with you, I think if some of these players from Arkansas go to other states, I think that they'll be even better. You want to know why? Because they'll have more resources. They're gonna have better weight rooms. They're gonna have better meal prep. They're gonna have better. They're gonna have everything that's better. I know Texas. I can tell you right now. I lived in Texas, honestly, and I tell you this right here. Some of these players go to Texas and they go and play football in Texas. They're gonna have better resources. They're gonna they're gonna be exposed to way more than what they're exposed to right now. Like, just to being honest, I think Arkansas just as talented as any of these other states. They just don't get that. They don't get. See, we are known as a basketball school. Hell, to be honest, we really ain't known as a basketball school. To be real with you, I mean, we got some talented players that comes out, every now and then. But I mean, we got JJ Andrews that's coming up. But I can't say I gotta disagree with that. Get the generation that come through. Yeah, Coach G, we do got more players in the NBA than in the NFL, but I will say that the NBA, I would say that the NFL, that's because a lot of them basketball players could possibly be football players. Honestly. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're right, man. I mean, I can't agree. I can't compare nothing to Texas. Texas is just different. They just got that real money, man. And I just think that Arkansas, man, honestly, they don't invest a lot of money into their facilities. They don't invest a lot of money into their kids. You just think about this right here. Let's just go back a few years ago. I mean, some years ago, and look at Adrian Peterson. He coming out of high school, and you thinking to yourself, you like, what? Adrian, man, this dude is a freshman, and this dude right here already looking like a NFL back. So man, yeah, Texas, man, it's just a little bit different, man. And then this woman, Tamika Davis, she said that I feel like they are sleeping on my son, Aaron Davis. His record speaks for itself. Listen, he another player. He another one of those players that I feel like you use. If you don't want to use him at running back, you can possibly use him at cornerback. First of all, he's very, very fast. He's very fast. And he's one of those tall running backs. I say that you can use him as a cornerback or you can use him as a safety because of his size and his speed. All you got to do is just get him in there. I agree with you, Miss Davis. I definitely agree with you. Your son is definitely a bona fide playmaker. Like I said, all you got to do is turn on the film. What do you see? I can honestly say that I saw him break so many long runs when nobody could catch him. The kid can play. Can he play or not? Yes, he can play football. He can. And maybe you don't want to bring him in as a running back, but you can also bring him in. I think if you just bring him in, I think he can be a really good corner, to be honest with you. Even when they was putting him in on the defensive side, I was just like, Coach Jig, yes, he's one of the fastest. Yeah, Coach Jig said he was one of the fastest in the state. Like he and you was the one, Coach Jig, you was the one who told me, was like, man, hey man, that running back from Warren, hey, if he breaks out, ain't nobody catching him. And he definitely was like, if he breaks out, nobody's catching him. So it's a lot of things that you can do with him. It don't matter if you want to, put him as, like I said, you can use him at cornerback. You can get, he's a big physical cornerback. Montreal, yeah. So he played for Warren, man. He's Warren running back, number 5. But like I said, I think he's about 5'11", 6 foot. He seemed he really kind of tall. He's a tall running back, man. When I seen him run, when I was seeing him play, I was like, man, that dude really is tall. So he's one of those tall running backs, but he's fast. Like he got a long stride. So I mean, yeah, man. I don't understand that either, man. I don't get it. Like I said, it's a few players on that Warren offense that you can go down there. I can go down the line. You got Blaze Fellows, you got Davis, AD. Then you also got Josiah Steen. You got him over there. Like it's just so many players on that offense that you can go down there and you can just pick. Say, you know what? I need a wide receiver. I want these 2, or I want these 3. Take Sean Edwards. I think that kid he's gonna be a big asset for them this season. And then you, like I said, you got the running back. You know what? I want that. I like that running back right there. Hey, Montreal, yeah, Warren has a pedigree, man. Hey, and that's right there why I keep saying no. Warren, they're 4A, but Warren played in possibly one of the hardest conferences in 4A. They played 8-4A. They had Warren, Hamburg, Stuttgart. Those are, and then you also have Monticello. So they played in that hard. They played in a very hard, very difficult conference. And like honestly, like Coach Jig said, you got 1,400 rushing yard with over 20 touchdowns. Listen, man, you got a running back with 20 touchdowns. You got a wide receiver with over 20 touchdowns, and you got a quarterback with almost 60 touchdowns. Now, and I'm gonna tell you like this right here: Warren got hot late. That offense got the clicking. You got Davis got the running. You got Josiah. You got Edwards. You got Blaze. I'm talking about they just went on a. Honestly, Blaze probably went on a stretch. He went on a stretch, right? From the first round of the playoffs till they got beat by Darnell. I'm looking at. I need to look these stats up, but man, I'm pretty sure Blaze probably had close to probably about a good 700 yards. Like he went on a stretch where it was just like, man, because against Darnell, man, listen, I wish I should have brought some of those highlights on the show just to show y'all what he was doing against Darnell, how scared Darnell cornerbacks, how they was playing 10 yards off him. So he just hit him with the 5-10 yard stop. Boop, wow. He just kept doing it. Then when they play up close up on him, next thing you know, he go for a touchdown. No lie. They threw one touchdown to Blaze Fellows. I ain't gonna even lie. I thought it was out of bounds. Next thing you know, he's in the end zone. That's the type of player that this kid is. And they sleeping on him. But Blaze, we're gonna keep putting pressure on him. We're gonna keep putting pressure on him. We're gonna keep until they give Davis, and they give all the rest of those players down there in Southeast Arkansas the type of recognition that they deserve, because y'all deserve it. Y'all going out there, y'all playing y'all butt off. All y'all need is for one person, one team to believe in you. All y'all need is for one team to believe in you. Once you get that opportunity, you know what to do with it. Just remember this moment when you didn't have no offers. Nobody believed in you right now. Just remember that right there when you're catching these touchdowns on Saturday. And Arkansas swing the block like a girl that didn't want you in high school, but then when she gained weight, she want to swing the block. Hey, remember that. But hey, man, thank y'all again, man, for listening to another great segment of the Winner Circle Podcast with me, Ray Diggs. Until next time, y'all have a great, safe, and blessed night. Peace.
Mr. Diggs, we're on in 5. Vegas can't be choosers, but grandma chose Trace. She raised me on scraps.